The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, can be heard every Sunday at 9 p.m. right here on The Answer San Diego. Life is full of circles, cycles, phases, and stages. It's your choice to ignore or embrace them. Motivational speaker, author, military veteran, and founder of the J.C. Cooley Foundation, James Cooley, and his guest will inspire and equip you to strive for your own greatness and overcome adversities. Listen to The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, every Sunday at 9 p.m. right here on The Answer San Diego.
The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, can be heard every Sunday at 6 p.m. right here on 660 AM The Answer in Dallas-Fort Worth. Life is full of circles, cycles, phases, and stages. It's your choice to ignore them or embrace them. Motivational speaker, author, military veteran, and founder of the J.C. Cooley Foundation, James Cooley, and his guests will inspire and equip you to strive for your own greatness and overcome adversities. Listen to The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, every Sunday at 6 p.m. right here on 660 AM The Answer in Dallas-Fort Worth.
The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, can be heard every Sunday at 6 p.m. right here on The Answer. Life is full of circles, cycles, phases, and stages. It's your choice to ignore or embrace them. Motivational speaker, author, military veteran, and founder of the J.C. Cooley Foundation, James Cooley and his guests will inspire and equip you to strive for your own greatness and overcome adversities. Listen to The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, every Sunday at 6 p.m. right here on The Answer.
Yeah. Dr. James J.C. Cooley. The James Cooley Show. It's your life. Yeah.
Hello, welcome to the James Cooley Show, It's Your Life. I'm your host, Dr. James J.C. Cooley, and I tell you, we got a returning guest. She hasn't been on the show in probably about 2 years, but she always inspires. I mean, she does so many things in the community, and she is so fantastic with her job. I'm not going to give it away, Michelle. I know you're waiting on me to give away your portion of it, but I'm excited about this gift. I'll tell you what, before we do anything, Todd, can you lock in all of the stations and programs right now so we can do it?
Now hear this. It's your life. Yeah.
Hello. Welcome to the James Cooley Show, It's Your Life. I'm your host, Dr. James J.C. Cooley, and wow, we got an absolutely sensational, wonderful show coming your way today. I tell you what, Todd, you might want to grab you about 8-9 bags of popcorn right now. You might want to do that because possibilities are great. Michelle, don't get mad at me. It slipped out. It slipped, Michelle. You're looking at me kind of funny, Michelle. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing just fine. I'm excited about this returning guest that we have on the show today. And I tell you, it's kind of hot in Texas. She's in California. I don't know if it's as hot in California as it is here, but it is hot.
Yes.
So, hey, Michelle, can you do the honors by introducing the title of the show, the purpose of the show, and introduce this absolutely wonderful guest?
Oh, most definitely. So the title of today's show is called Possibilities, and we're having a sit-down discussion with Dr. Tina Gottlieb. She's an upper cervical chiropractor, and she's going to talk about, when you invest in yourself, the possibilities increase. Investing in your wellness from within, investing in your mindset, investing in your influence. So Dr. Tina Gottlieb loves helping amazing people get well and stay well, because the possibilities increase when your body is functioning optimally and you can be the best version of you. She's an upper cervical chiropractor, graduate of Palmer College of Chiropractic in Davenport, Iowa. She's been in practice in 1996 and has served the Temecula Valley since 2002. She loves what she does. There's nothing more fulfilling to her than witnessing patients go from feeling, I've tried it all and this is ruining my life, to sharing with joy. Dr. Tina, you won't believe how great I feel and what I was able to do. Dr. Tina is all about helping her patients create possibilities. Please welcome back to the show, Dr. Tina M. Gottlieb.
Thanks for having me. It's super exciting to be here again.
It's always a pleasure having you on, Dr. Tina. Always a pleasure. So I want our viewers and listeners to know your story. What prompted you into becoming a chiropractor? But first of all, can you tell our viewers and listeners a little bit more about you, where you grew up, and what are your passions?
So I grew up predominantly in Riverside, California, and I now serve the Southwest Riverside County. I grew up being athletic and spending time with my family, and I decided to become a chiropractor when I was 14 years old. So to say that my passions have been strong in chiropractic for the majority of my life would be a very true statement. I did that because throughout that life of being a young athletic girl, I had a lot of health problems like headaches and migraines and neck pain and back pain, and wasn't getting answers. And when I had that first chiropractic adjustment, it was life-changing for me. It was the first thing that had ever given me results and made me see that this was something I wanted to share with others.
So, what is exactly upper cervical chiropractic? What do you all do?
So an upper cervical chiropractor simply focuses on the very top portion of the neck, the top two bones in the neck, and making sure that they're functioning optimally to have an impact on the body as a whole.
Yeah, so is there a certain type of special training than just chiropractor, regular chiropractors?
Most upper cervical chiropractors have a lot of additional training. Once they've graduated from chiropractic college, they go to a lot of continuing education to become proficient in it. You do a lot with x-rays and imaging and some other technology, and the adjustment itself is slightly different. So we tend to be very driven on being precise and being very good at getting great results in a short amount of time. So most of us have gone to a lot of additional training to master that.
Yeah, so last time you was on the show, I think your chiropractor would call it something. What was it called?
Say that again.
Your chiropractor, your chiropractor name.
Oh, so for 29 years, my business name has been my name, just Tina M. Gottlieb Chiropractic. When I went to incorporate my business a million years ago, they said, well, what do you want to call it? And I hadn't given it any thought. So it became my name. And we recently made a really exciting change to that.
So possibilities, what does that entail? I know what it means. I'm talking about endless possibilities. Can you explain a little bit more detail to our viewers and our listeners?
Yeah, to me, it's everything about not only why I do what I do, but what I do. And I always tell people, I love helping people get relief and I love helping them get well. But what really lights me on fire and is my motivating factor day in and day out is what becomes possible when you're your best self, when you're being at a highest level, an unfiltered, unwatered down version of you. And so over 29 years, watching people get well and then go on to create wonderful things with their families, with their companies, in their personal lives, those stories all were about possibilities and what became possible when they get results. And so that for me is the definition of everything that I come to work for every day.
You know, not just that, but I know you've been knowing you for a long time, a Rotarian, and possibilities are always there, especially when we bring people together that understand that they can do anything that they set their mind to. And the thing is never giving up on whatever you are doing. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Absolutely. I look at life that way, that things are possible. And if you don't know the answer, it's a matter of just asking better questions and maybe in a different, better place. And you mentioned Rotary. That's one of the things I love about Rotary is you bring together an amazing group of people. And when you do that, the ability to make things happen is through the roof. And that's really what life is about, is if you hit roadblocks and stumbles, you just have to find that person who can bring the answer to the table. And a lot of people get frustrated and say, well, I haven't found an answer yet, or we haven't found a problem yet. And I think yet is such a negative word when in fact it's a positive word. And yet just means you have to keep trying.
And I talk about that in my speeches. You might not be there yet, or you haven't achieved that yet, but you have to keep trying. You have to figure out a way. And you just mentioned something that's so important. If you don't know the answer, ask the question. Ask why. Ask this. Ask that. And wow, it's just so having you back on. What does wellness from within mean to you, and how does the Upper Cervical Chiropractor can support it?
Wellness from within, to me, health comes from within. Our bodies are designed to function optimally. And I think we look a little too much to band-aids and outside in approaches. And I think true health and true wellness comes from in. It's a level of vitality. And so if you're investing on health from in, that would include chiropractic and sleep and the fuel of the foods that we eat and the nutrition and how it affects us. That all affects how your body operates from within, how your nervous system functions, how the immune system functions. And anything you do to optimize from within is going to have a profound effect on your well-being and everything you want to do.
So I would assume wellness within includes just the simple things, especially with what you specialize in, upper cervical chiropractic. Does it also include how you sit, how you move around, how you lift? And then I'm sure there's so many differences in certain chiropractic specialties, but is sitting and moving and just how you walk or exercise important in this in your specialty?
Absolutely. So I'm big on tips. I call them my Tina tips. And so my job is to help my patients be a facilitator. And if you don't give somebody a roadmap or a guide to follow, then they're not going to achieve the best case results. So things like ergonomics, how you move when you exercise, but how you move doing your job, sitting at the computer, lifting your kids in and out of the car. Those things matter because they have an impact on your body repetitively day in and day out. And they can either improve things or they can be a negative deficit. So that's certainly something that myself and many chiropractors talk about. It doesn't solve problems, but it certainly helps prevent them or helps you heal faster when you implement those.
You know, it's hard to change behavior. It really is. Like for me, for instance, I like to sit with my legs, crossed like this, like where I'm sitting right now. Like when I put my feet, even on the footstool, so to speak, on a stool, it feels weird, but I've been told this is the proper way to sit. But I'm so much comfortable, like just sitting with like my legs crossed together. And I think it's about change. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, habits. I mean, we've all tried to change a habit in life before, whether it's a good habit or a bad habit. Habits are habits. A lot of women sit crisscross or sideways in the hips simply because their furniture is too big. There's a height differential, right, between you and James. So you can either have furniture that fits James or furniture that fits you. And so a lot of that, I take care of a lot of women who are used to sitting perpetually in that sidewards fashion. And that's simply a product of their size versus the chair. So at work, a really simple solution recommend is to get a smaller, better fitting chair. And then slowly but surely that habit of sitting straighter while you're at work will become easier to implement.
Wow. We have to take a station break, but I can't wait to get back. And I tell you, whichever platform that you're watching us on, was it E367, Transfer TV, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, Rumble, and over 84 other platforms. Welcome to the show. If you're listening to us on radio, all you have to do is pick up the phone and dial 1-888-344-1170. Again, that's 1-888-344-1170. It's your life, and we'll see you shortly after the break.
Oh, yeah. It's your life. James Cooley Show. It's your life. Dr. James J.C. Cooley.
Welcome to Viridian Christian University, where faith and learning come together to transform lives. At VCU, we believe that education is more than just academics. It's about fostering a community of growth, integrity, and purpose. Whether you're pursuing a bachelor's, master's, or doctorate, VCU offers flexible, affordable, and 100% online degree programs that cater to your busy life. Our innovative platform provides a personalized learning experience, empowering you to thrive in today's ever-evolving world. Join a global community of learners guided by an experienced faculty who are committed to your success. With VCU, you're not just earning a degree, you're preparing for a future that integrates faith, leadership, and service. Viridian Christian University, educating with purpose, transforming lives. Learn more at ViridianChristianUniversity.com. ViridianChristianUniversity.com.
Really get a chance to know who you are. And once you know who you are, you truly know who you are, love who you are. Love who you are. You're a masterpiece. Love who you are. Love who you were born to be. Love me some me. That's what I'm talking about. When you leave high school, you gotta know today or tomorrow, hopefully today, what your plans are. Hopefully, there is no bad decision unless there is no plan. Create, collaborate, commit with confidence. Commit with what? Commit with what? In everything that you do.
Innovative platform provides a personalized learning experience, empowering you to thrive in today's ever-evolving world. Join a global community of learners guided by an experienced faculty who are committed to your success. With VCU, you're not just earning a degree, you're preparing for a future that integrates faith, leadership, and service. Viridian Christian University, educating with purpose, transforming lives. Learn more at ViridianChristianUniversity.com.
It's your life.
Hello. Welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's your life, and I tell you what, just sitting back here enjoying this conversation, learning a lot, and you all are going to learn a lot. Stay tuned. You got some. If you want to join this conversation, whichever platform that you're watching us on, all you have to do is go to the comments, ask any question that you might have, or pick up the phone and call Todd at 1-888-344-1170. Again, that's 1-888-344-1170. Dana, I want to get back to this because this is so important to so many people. And I'm gonna ask for the first question, and then I'm gonna turn it back over to Michelle. So alignment is so important. I know for some reason Michelle and I, we have a problem with alignment, pop out alignment. How would a person know if they're out of alignment, or it's just back issues, or just whatever that might mean?
Well, I have two answers to that. The first is it's you kind of don't always know for sure, and that's why preventative health care comes into check. So that's why you go see a chiropractor, whether it's once a month or once a quarter to get checked to make sure that if there is a problem, you address it before it becomes big. That's just like going to the dentist once a year. You don't know you have a cavity or that you may have a dental concern, but you go for preventative health care and hope for the best, and then you're on your way. And I think far too few people look at preventative healthcare that way. So I think it's really a preventative healthcare issue, because I always tell patients, sometimes your body will whisper at you when there's a problem, and most of us wait until it yells and screams and is very, very loud. And so unless you're super in tune with that whisper, I really think that prevention and pre-scheduled appointments are the way to go.
Dr. Tina, what are some daily investments that individuals can do to make wellness their priority, which would yield long-term results, in your opinion?
Well, it does. When you invest from within in your health, it spills over into every aspect of your life. That's going to affect your family life and your business life and your giving life in any way you want. But basic start from the ground up is to value sleep, to really, really value what rest does for us, to value hydration, to value fuel, the food and nutrition of what we eat, because it is fuel, everything that you consume, and then realizing that those preventative appointments matter. So if you just get them on the books, that chiropractic visit at least once a month, the dentist, the dermatologist, whatever fits in your alignment of preventative healthcare, getting it on the schedule makes it a priority for you.
It's interesting. I just thought about Ananda Lewis. I don't know if you're familiar with her. She's used to be a MTV VJ. She passed away recently, but she said something interesting in one of her posts. She said that the body is a very well-oiled machine. What you put in it and how you treat it is going to determine what's going on in your system. Let's just put it that way. So you mentioned getting enough rest, getting enough sleep. Sometimes people don't sleep properly. Sometimes they think they can go like 5 hours a night or 4 hours a night, or they think they can drink caffeine or high sugar intake and certain things. The back, you as a chiropractor, it's not just focusing on that issue, whether it's your lumbar spine, etc. It's so much that goes into that maybe has caused certain issues. Can you kind of go into that?
Absolutely. I think we first and foremost need to realize that our bodies go through life with us all day, every day. Those trips and the falls and things that we do, sleeping wrong, stress levels, they all impact our body, both mentally and physically. And that's where chiropractic comes in. It's not just about pain. It's not just about symptoms. It's about being part of your preventative plan to keep your body that well-oiled machine like you talked about. And so when you invest in that then yields returns that are far greater than most could ever usually imagine.
Can you share like a success story, of course, no names, when you have a patient who experienced an amazing transformation through upper cervical care?
Yeah, we have tons of them, but one I can think of that is a great example was a young woman who had had such severe migraines that she was no longer working. She was in pain more than she was not. She thought she tried everything and she was at her wit's end, and she was in so much pain. Her first visit to see me, her husband half carried her into my office, and she sat there, just tears running down her face, thinking that this was her life from now on. And when I told her what would be involved in getting well, she was the over opting in. She was the one who didn't just do what I said, she took it to the next level, and she really gave it everything she had to follow my protocol. And she not only got relief, she got well. It's been years since she started care with me, and she's no longer has migraines, has not had any. She went on to then travel the world, build a business, and is now serving in ways that are just amazing. And she still has that level of concern for her health. So even though she doesn't have migraine headaches anymore and she feels great, it's now a super huge value to her. So she still keeps those regular appointments to get checked, to see how her body's functioning so that she can be the best version of herself. And it was beautiful to watch the dichotomy of one extreme to the other.
Wow, that must have made your day. Definitely just to hear her and see that smile on her face.
Every day, that's what I live for, is those stories, because it's for her, again, it's what became possible. It's like she thought that this was going to be her reality, and that how would she ever build a business or have a family or travel when she could barely function, to go on and do it all relentlessly at her speed and do amazing. That is what lights a fire under me and motivates me every day.
You know, I think it's so important when your patients, not only do you give them the amazing care that you give out to them, they follow your advice, but like you said, they take it a step further. I remember I had a situation about a year and a half ago. Oh, it was just horrible. I couldn't even sit properly. It was just, I was in so much pain. But not only did I do physical therapy, I did Pilates, I did the stretches, which I still currently do. I did everything out there. So I guess my point is, you are your own advocate. I know it may seem impossible at the time, but as your practice, Possibilities Chiropractic teaches, is that the possibilities of, feeling better, transforming your body from pain to wellness, it is so important. What are your comments or thoughts about that?
It is so important. You're your single greatest asset. It really, at the end of the day, your financial, everything that you may have in the world is irrelevant if you can't function and be the best version of you. And I think too many people want to give up too soon or don't want to follow a protocol, and we all have different values of the things that we value the most. But if you pour into your health and your well-being, it spills over into all of the other aspects of life and will fully giving to what you value the most. So I think it's a matter of never giving up, never taking no for an answer. And then when you do opt in all the way and follow the protocol through. That's where the great results are.
So have you had patients who have, come to you, say, the first time, and you talk about wellness as a whole, and their misconception is, no, the pain is just centered there, but there's always a backstory. It could be stress, it could be trauma, it can be anything. How do you make them see or break it down for them that there's so much more that contributed to this issue?
A couple of ways. I mean, experience is one, but also when you take x-rays, you can see a lot of that there, that you can see that time has been involved. We go through and do detailed health histories. We do some different objective data that will look at the body, where you can really see the level of stress, the level of time things have been present. And then really that health history of talking about their lifestyle and what they've done in the past and how that may have contributed to it. Because it does play a role. We didn't all just suddenly get to this moment of life. Like, every part of us is as old as the rest of them.
Tina, I know you're a runner, you work out, you do all these things. Can you tell our viewers and listeners how that is important in maintaining your health, your weight, and other things that will prevent a lot of back problems, chiropractic problems? We got about 2 minutes before the break.
Yeah, so everything spills over, right? So exercising correctly, not incorrectly, matters. The consistency of it matters. How you sit at your job matters. So often when people aren't getting well, we go back and look at those different things. And usually there's one area that they're slipping in. And if you lock that up, then things move forwards quicker. So it's important to look at all of the aspects. Sometimes when a patient's not doing well, you find out that they're sleeping propped up on 4 pillows. That's not really conducive to getting well. So you have to look at all the different things that we do in life.
That is so important, to take all the factors in and try to create the best possible program. and preventive maintenance that you can get to help keep us from rushing to the chiropractor every day. So that is important. I tell you what, we're going to take a station break. But I tell you, if you want to be part of this conversation, all you have to do is go to the comments on whichever platform that you're watching us on, or pick up the phone and dial 1-888-344-1170. Again, that's 1-888-344-1170. It's your life, and we'll see you shortly after the break.
JC, Cooley. It's your life.
At Meridian Christian University, we
believe the newest Amazon.com #1 release and bestseller book from author Dr. James J.C. Cooley, featuring the perspective from 11 other contributing authors. In A Black Man's Point of View, Dr. James Cooley unpacks his thoughts and personal experiences about the challenges, stereotypes, and feelings of self-worth that many black men face today due to a 400-year ancestry rooted in slavery and colonization. Yet, how so many black men move forward despite this history. Most importantly, A Black Man's Point of View conveys that all men, regardless of race, creed, or color, are capable of love, respect, and dignity. Described as a map to a greater life from the heart of a man who's experienced life's misfortune and harsh conditions, James shows us how beliefs, convictions, and a healthy mentality can help propel a life worth living. A must-read for all. Order your copy of A Black Man's Point of View by author Dr. James J.C. Cooley today from Amazon.com or wherever books are sold.
The future is here.
Now is the time to pursue the greatness in you. Welcome to Meridian Christian University, where faith meets future. We are a fully accredited, 100% online Christian university. We offer bachelor's degree, master's and doctorate degree programs, built for students like you. Affordable tuitions, 30+ degree programs, 100% online and flexible. Integrating faith with learning. Study from anywhere at your pace. At VCU, we do not just prepare you for a degree. We prepare you for purpose. Discover who you are. Grow in faith. And build a future that impacts the world.
Are you ready to start your journey today?
Visit www.viridianchristianuniversity.com.
Apply today and be among the global leaders.
Hi, I'm Dr. Michelle Cooley. Heart disease research saves lives. It's that simple. Thanks to medical advancements funded by the American Heart Association, more women are surviving heart attacks, strokes, and other cardiovascular diseases than ever before. But there's still so much work to do.
Hi, I'm Dr. James J.C. Cooley, and I'm raising funds to support life-saving research because every heartbeat is worth fighting for. In honor of Women's History Month, please join me in support of the American Heart Association and women's health.
Noah Dingley here, producer of The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life. And the new audio version of James' book, Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet, is a must-have. James shares his true life story of struggle and success in America. It's both a cautionary tale and a roadmap to achieving the American dream. Get the new audio version of Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet by James Cooley on Amazon.com or wherever audiobooks are sold.
Dr. James J.C. Cooley. The James Cooley Show. It's your life. J.C. Cooley. That's right.
Hello. Welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's your life, and I tell you, learning a lot. You all are learning a lot. We're going to continue to learn. So Michelle, I'm going to turn it back over to you.
Thank you, James. So, Dr. Tina, why is mindset so important during the healing and wellness process for the patients?
Yeah, so I have to say first, so many people have come to me who fully doubted that I would ever make a change in their life. So I don't think mindset is critical in getting results. I think you can get results regardless. But where mindset shifts in is it's that opting all in. It's deciding that you're worth the investment of your time, you're worth the investment of your money and other resources, and that you're going to put yourself first. And when you do that and you opt all in, then it becomes about this is what I'm doing right now, and this is what I'm working towards. And when people do that, they tend to then follow the protocol better. They get better results, and they get results quicker and more long lasting. And too often, I think people really put themselves secondary and everybody else comes first, but you can't help others if you don't take care of yourself. So that mindset shift is just in deciding that this is of a super high value and that you being the best version of yourself is going to benefit everybody. And when you do that, it changes commitment, it changes the involvement and the consistency and the results that you get.
Wow. So in your experience, are there like limiting beliefs that some patients have which actually holds them back from investing in their own health?
Yeah, that belief that, well, I haven't gotten well yet, so it's probably not going to work. So I don't think I'll try another thing. Or the I don't know if I can commit that much time to getting well, I need to do this or that. So most of the limiting beliefs are just those things I think stop us in almost everything that's different in life. It's thinking that we can't get results or thinking that that's not of a high enough value to warrant the time or resources. I think that's the biggest thing. And people assuming that they know what it is. Like people make assumptions about what my practice is like before they come in and they're blown away that it's not what they had anticipated it to be. And I think that's very common in chiropractic, that we can be quite surprising in what our offices are like and what we're able to achieve for patients.
And you know what? Social media could be a blessing, but sometimes a lot of misinformation. People Googling symptoms or, myths and looking at social media platforms where like 100 other people are saying these different things. Don't go here, don't go here, don't do this and do that. I love social media, but I'm also I can decipher what is important to me. What's important to me is my health. I'm not going to put my health in the hands of complete strangers who know nothing about my individual wellness. Mm-hmm. So have you gotten any comments, let's say maybe from newer patients about, social media says this, or my friend said this, or my parents said this, that this shouldn't be a good treatment, or I should be better in 2 months. It takes commitment.
It does. I look at that twofold. So I'm being a little more old school, right? I started practicing back in the day when referrals was it. But that's why we do every new patient who wants to begin care in my office, they speak to me on the phone first. And we do that consultation at no charge because I feel like they should get a chance to speak with me and tell me who they are and what's happening with them and see if we're a good fit to work together. So they're not coming in cold turkey, not knowing what they're going to get, and they have an idea of who I am as a human. And so I think that's an important layer, but certainly those conversations about what they Googled or what they think could be wrong, it can be helpful, but a lot of times it can be completely off base. So you do have to check yourself and look where the sources are coming from, and use that just as a guide maybe, but it's not always correct.
I hear that. So how do you, Dr. Tina, how do you personally define influence, and why is it so important when it comes to health and wellness?
Well, I think, once people opt into my practice and they become a practice member, I have an influence over them. And so I choose to look at it as being a guide, someone who can guide them on a path. I don't have all the solutions, but I've got a pretty good network of people that I've learned about over the years, where if I'm not able to get all the pieces of the puzzle, so to say, back in place for you, I know where to send you or where to guide you in that next step. And so I look at it as an influence of how I take care of myself, how my family cares for themselves, how much we place value on that, and then also then the tools that I'm able to give my patients in addition to chiropractic care, because chiropractic care is amazing and it helps people day in and day out, but being able to add that next layer of tools to it is next level in my opinion.
I think one of the most important things is transparency. So when you do have a new patient or even existing patient, in order for them to achieve the wellness and the transformation that is needed for them to get the help that they need, they have to be transparent as far as, you know, things that they're doing that may not be beneficial, whether it's emotionally, mentally, or even physically. I mean, I know some people don't want to, they're embarrassed of certain things. Or let's say, I'm just throwing something out there that says a patient is gaining more weight as you see them. But, you know, maybe that conversation doesn't come up, or maybe they're not telling you things. I think it's so important that patients are transparent with their medical professionals in order for them to get the best output. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, so the information we're given about lifestyles, and it's important in realizing what's happened and then how to prevent it from happening again. And I understand that not all doctors have the time to spend to listen to everything. So sometimes you have to be concise, but sometimes those details are the missing factors. The number of times I've looked at a long-term patient, somebody who's been with me for a decade or 2 decades, and I've said, something is happening in your world. The stress is very evident. I just need to know, am I right? Like, I need to know that. And when they say to you, yes, there is something enormous happening, I'm like, okay, then I know how to manage it from here. That's invaluable information that just means a lot as far as getting results. And I'm all about the best case results. I mean, good is good, but I like things to be epic. I want them to become raving fans and tell everyone in the world about chiropractic, and specifically about upper cervical chiropractic. But if you don't tell us what's happening, that will slow down the trajectory of getting well and of staying well.
Wow.
You know, so all of these things are so important. And getting back to mindset, because that's what we're talking about right now. How, for a person that has hardly any confidence in themselves, to diet, stay on a diet, do the things that's going to help enhance their lives, their abilities, and keep from going to the doctors. What are some of the things? We got about two minutes before the break. What are some recommendations would you tell these folks that they probably need to implement in their daily lives?
Well, deciding you're worth it, deciding that you are your single greatest asset, and investing in yourself is the way to go. And that comes with your time and your resources. So just start where you are. It's good to give yourself credit for all the things you do right, and then make a list of things that you could shore up, and pick a simple one you can implement right now. You can finish the radio show and go ask your friends who the best chiropractor is and get yourself an appointment. And there you go. You're moving the right direction, right? So it is just starting where you're at.
I think it's consistency, because you had mentioned earlier about preventive health, and that sometimes if we're not feeling we got stiffness, we do need to go to the chiropractor to make sure that we are in line, in balance, so that we can continue. Yeah, so I know you got a question, Michelle. Go ahead. You on mute?
I don't have a question. I think we're getting ready to go into break.
No, not yet. So,
we don't?
Dr.
No, keep going, James.
Well, I have something to say on that aspect that a lot of people don't get too, is that health is not something you do in the moment you have symptoms. Health is not something you pay attention to when your body's talking to you. Health is a pendulum, and so you're either working towards a state of wellness and health and well-being, or you're sliding back the other way. So you should always have your chiropractor. You should always have the other people on your healthcare team that are amazing and wonderful. And if you don't, you need to build a better team and look at it as something you always have there for you.
Yeah. So, Dr. Tina, in what ways can being aligned in body and mind, enhance one's ability to influence others positively? I'm talking about because a lot of people, you never know who's looking and watching you or doing these type of things, but we always want to set the best example for others to follow.
I think that when you invest and you have alignment from within with your health, from your nervous system, from your spine, from the way your body functions, and your mindset, it helps to create the best version of you, which then spills over into everything. So it is always the way to go. It's, to me, being that unfiltered, unwatered down version of yourself where you're just 100% wholeheartedly, this is me and I've got things to do. And I love seeing that in patients where you meet them and they're these nice, sweet people. And then as they get healthier and stronger and more vibrant, you see them go on to create and build massively and give back to their communities and to their families. And that's them being their highest level of selves, which all comes from within and taking great care of yourself.
Wow. You know, we're going to take a station break, but it's not too late to join this conversation, whichever platform you're watching us on. All you have to do is go to the comments, ask any question that you might have, or I'll make it easy for you. Pick up the phone and dial 1-888-344-1170. KCB Crew, the answer out of San Diego. Case got an answer out of Dallas. Pick up the phone, 1-888-344-1170. It's your life, and we'll see you shortly after the break.
Your life. That's right. Dr. James JC Cooley.
At Meridian Christian University, we Christian University, we believe education is more than just a degree. It's a pathway to a purpose-driven life. Whether you're advancing your career, pursuing a passion, or building a new future, VCU's 100% online programs give you the flexibility to learn on your terms, anywhere, anytime. With expert faculty, personalized mentorship, and a faith-centered approach, you'll gain the skills, knowledge, and leadership you need to make a lasting impact. VCU offers bachelor's, master's, and doctorate degrees, each designed to empower you for success in today's fast-changing world. Join a global community of believers, learners, and leaders. Ready to start your journey? Meridian Christian University, transforming lives, empowering futures. Visit us at VeridianChristianUniversity.com. That's VeridianChristianUniversity.com.
The James Cooley Show. It's your life. That's right.
City Boy, a journey that ain't over yet, is the unfiltered truth to provide hope for the future by challenging you to refuse to become a victim of life's circumstance and dare to become an overcomer, because a bigger, better, and more impactful life awaits you. Get the new audio version of his book, Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet, by Dr. James Cooley, on Amazon or wherever books are sold.
Check it out. It's your life with Dr. James.
Hello, welcome back to the Issue Life with Dr. James J.C. Cooley. I tell you, thoroughly enjoying this discussion that we're having with Dr. Tina Gottlieb. I tell you, if you're looking for a chiropractor in the Temecula, Riverside County area. She's the best in the business. Best in the business. So reach out to her. I'm sure that she's there to help you out. Hey, Todd, what you think about the show so far?
It's a great show. I'm learning a lot. And there are a couple things I just never really thought about the furniture, how it's just made for one size fits all. And we have to make sure you got the right chairs for that you're sitting in there, especially at work.
I had to replace all the furniture in the house because Michelle, she's a midget. She's tiny, and I'm not. She's on mute, so she couldn't send it.
That is incorrect. I'm 5'2", thank you.
I'll tell you what, before we start this segment, I have to talk about this university called Viridian Christian University. I'm not talking about that just because I'm the chancellor. I'm telling you that this is an absolutely great university. We just got back from Dubai 5 weeks ago, where we had our first international graduation over there. And I tell you, one great thing about Viridian Christian University, we offer 30 different degree programs, bachelor's, master's, doctorate. And if you're doing above and beyond, we consider you for an honorary doctorate degree. And we are fully accredited and affordable. Oh, wow. Affordable is not the word. We are extremely affordable. I say less than 1/4 the cost of a regular university. And it's basically only 100% online. You work at your own pace. And I tell you what, if you're looking for a university that's going to help you continue to excel and grow, look up ViridianChristianUniversity.com. ViridianChristianUniversity.com. So Dr. T, I want to get back to this. Is so great. And the way that you land this out about mindset, body alignment, everything being aligned. What roles does authenticity play in building, influencing I'm talking just being straight up, play in building positivity in your community for others to understand that they need to step up to the plate and take care of themselves?
You cut out for a second, so I'm going to assume I understood your question completely. For me, when it's everything you do is about serving others, it's about being the version of you. And I think it's whether you just want to be the best stay-at-home mom, if you want to be a mom and build an empire of companies, and if you want to give back in community service or run a nonprofit, or all of it, if you want to run a marathon, it's about being the best version of you so that you can give and do and give back to the world. And that's how I've always looked at it for myself. But I think if you do that, it starts always from within, and that starts first then with taking great care of yourself so that you can do all of those things for others.
So, Dr. Tina, you're doing so many things, just like I said, in the communities, especially the Temecula, Riverside County community. What advice would you give to a person who wants to be a leader in wellness, but doubt their voice and authority, and a doubt that they have the ability to pursue chiropractor, whatever that is?
So when you talk about wanting to influence what you know about health, it really starts with taking your education and adding your experience, and then adding the timeline of that to it. But then it comes about adding the fire that you have, that what lights you on fire and what really makes you what you want to share. And for me, that is how I operate, is that I take that experience along with my education and then just being on fire and the purpose I have in serving the world. And when you put that together, I think that's a perfect recipe.
Dr. Tina, what you see your practice in 5 years?
Ooh, I love that question. So expanded in great ways. In 5 years, I expect it to be substantially larger, with some younger doctors helping to serve our community, with me then helping not just these younger doctors become more experienced and be as best as they can, but then serving far more people in our population and our community. And then I think there's some other potentials coming my way as far as how I will make possibilities options for other people. I feel like big things are coming.
Where do you see your legacy? Your legacy. What do you want people to always remember about Dr. Tina Gottlieb?
I've always looked at my legacy as being that of what I give through the walls of my office. That legacy of the kind of doctor I was, the kind of particularly upper cervical chiropractor I was. I love chiropractic and I love upper cervical chiropractic. They work and they serve people day in and day out. And so I love the lives I've been able to help, and then what goes on when they feel themselves feel great and what they're able to do. So it's that ongoing effect of how that just keeps giving and giving. So to me, at the end of my days, that legacy is about people being their best selves and what became possible because I had the opportunity of being a part of their lives, whether it be for a short period of time or for a very, very long period of time. And that is what lights me on fire and why I have no intention of stopping anytime soon. I might be at 29 years, but I got a lot more to go.
So what are 3 takeaways that you want our viewers and our listeners to get from this great discussion?
You matter and you're worth it. You're your greatest asset. So invest in you first and all things become possible. And chiropractic works. Upper cervical chiropractic helps people with really chronic issues like migraines and headaches and neck pain. So even if you think you've been everywhere and you've done everything and you've tried it all, don't give up. You just have to get past that yet and find the right person to help you become the best unfiltered version of yourself.
I like get past that yet. I never heard that used in that term. Got to get past that. You ain't there yet. But long as you keep a positive attitude and stay focused and continue whatever dream that you might have, you can do it. You can do anything. You can do anything that you set your mind to. Dr. Tina, I want to invite you back to the show a couple of months from now, whenever, if you have time.
Anytime, James. I'm here.
And so I'd like to thank you for taking the time to come on the show, explain all of these great things. Michelle, you got a question?
No, I don't have a question. No, I just want to say thank you, Dr. Tina, for taking the time to come back on the show to educate our audience.
So I'd like to thank you again. I'd like to thank my producer, Todd, in San Diego, also producing for the Dallas radio show as well. I'd like to thank our viewers and our listeners for tuning into the James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and also on Sundays at 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on KCBQ, The Answer out of Dallas, and also K-Sky, AM 660 at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, The Answer out of I got it backwards. San Diego, KCBQ. Dallas is K-Sky. So always dream big, think big, and be big at everything you do. We'll be back tomorrow, same time. Same thing. It's your life.
Dr. James JC.